everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and please turn on the notification button so that you would always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. I'll be talking about types of examination malpractice. What are the types of examination malpractice that we have? What are the different forms of examination malpractice that we have? The first type of examination malpractice that I will talk about is the one that has to do with bringing in of foreign or unauthorized material into the examination hall. This is what we are familiar with. Now when one or a student wants to get involved in examination malpractice, such student or such person would enter the examination hall with an unauthorized or illegal or foreign material into the examination hall. These kinds of materials come in different ways. A student could go into the examination hall with the textbook. Yes, a textbook. It could be a notebook. It could be a sheet of paper. It could be a phone. It could be maybe a calculator where answers have been typed, and so on and so forth. Now, this is one form of examination malpractice that many people or many students usually use whenever they want to engage in examination malpractice. So this is one type, and it is a common one. So students usually enter the examination hall with either papers, sheets of papers. It could be the notebooks. They know how to smuggle all these kinds of foreign materials into the examination hall. Another type of examination malpractice that I would talk about in this video is the one that has to do with the irregular activities inside or outside the examination hall. Inside the examination hall, so many things could happen. So many irregular things, activities could happen in the examination hall. It could be that during the examination, maybe the teacher, the subject teacher, could go into the examination hall to write the answers to the questions of the examination on the board for the students to copy. Yes, that is one method of doing something irregular, something that is not that is illegal in the examination hall. It could be maybe the students go into the examination hall with different forms of materials, just like the one I have stated in the first type. It could be that the students talk to one another. The students could be talking to one another, or could be passing one kind of foreign material to one another in the examination hall. This is another type of examination malpractice, which is very, very common, that so many of us are familiar with. Another type of examination malpractice that I will talk about is collusion. What is collusion? Collusion means agreement between two people, two or more people. The students could have agreed with one another that this is how we would do it, this is what we would do, this is how we would do our examination malpractice. This is how we would be able to achieve it. So this is another form of examination malpractice. It is another type. This collusion could be an agreement between the students. As I said, one student could decide to work on, let's say, the objectives. The other students could work on that of the theory, and then when they enter the examination hall, they exchange. They would know how to go about it, or they could have decided to agree with the invigilator of the examination. They could have bribed the invigilator or the supervisor. That's another type. They could have colluded with the supervisor or the invigilation of the invigilator rather of the particular examination, and they could have paid the invigilator. So in that way, the invigilator would turn blind eye to whatever the students do at that moment. That is collusion. That is another type of examination malpractice that we are very, very familiar with. Another one is impersonation. Oh my God, impersonation. You know, this is another type of examination malpractice that we've heard of, that so many of us have heard of, or we are familiar with. You know, impersonation has to do with when someone else writes the examination instead of someone. You know, if instead of a student writing the examination, him or herself, someone else goes there to write the examination in the person's place. Now, impersonation is this happens when, let's say, the student is not sure, the student is not confident enough of passing the examination. Now, or maybe the student does not even know anything about the subject or the course, or the student does not just want to write the examination, or whatever, for whatever reason it is. Now that student would hire someone that would enter the examination hall instead of him or her. So it is this person that will sit in the examination hall. The person would behave, would act as if he is the owner of that particular name, the candidate's name, or that he is the student, he is the real examinee. So that person would sit for the examination, write the examination, and submit the answer booklet or answer sheet as if he or she is the real person. That is impersonation, and this is one kind of examination malpractice that we are familiar with. Another type of examination malpractice is the assault or insult on supervisors or invigilators. You know, students could insult their supervisors or their invigilators. Students could assault their invigilators in order to threaten him or her so that they would be allowed to engage in examination malpractice in the examination hall. So this is another way, this is another type of examination malpractice where the students assault their invigilators, and after doing that, you know, the invigilator wouldn't even want to do anything to them. The invigilator would have to allow them to engage in examination malpractice. Another one is mass cheating. Oh, mass cheating. This involves so many students. That is when you have so many students or so many schools that get involved in examination malpractice. This kind happens when a teacher enters the examination hall, let's say for example mathematics, and then the teacher solves all the questions, answers all the questions on the board for the students, and the students copy into their copy what has been written on the board in their answer booklet. Now in that case, that is mass cheating. This is a form of cheating that every one of the students, or in fact the school or so many schools, get involved in. Another type of examination malpractice is special cases. You know, there are times that some students would be treated specially, yes, specially, This kind of or this type of examination malpractice is usually done for some set of people. In this case, let's say some students would not be allowed, or that particular student does not even need to go into the examination hall. He or she does not have to go into the examination hall before he or she passes the examination. So that is because that student is a special student. The invigilator, or the supervisor already knows what to do about that special candidate or that special examinee. So in that case, the examinee or that special student would definitely pass, because he or she does not even need to enter the examination hall, or even if he or she enters the examination hall, something could have been done behind, or something would be done behind or after the examination that would make the student pass that examination, whether the student writes anything meaningful or not. And in some cases, you see these students not joining their mates or the other candidates in this the same hall. So such special students would be taken to somewhere else. It could be in an office, yes. It could be in another in a room. It could be in a class, somewhere different, where the students would be able to be engaged in examination malpractice. So, and that is usually done just because the student is a special student, a special candidate, or a special examinee. Oh, I would like to stop here today or this time around. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment down there, and don't forget to share. So if I will be talking about the other types of examination malpractice in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.